performance in real time. I told her like, okay, don't stand over there in that room. Like this room sounds a bit better. General tips and tricks. And she'd say like, oh my God, I can't hear myself. Why? And then I'd say, leave yourself an input monitoring and kind of teaching as we go along. And it is a little bit of a longer process, but I don't mind. Like this is how it works. And I'm again, just happy to be part of the process and help where I can. But I do quite enjoy doing the remote stuff as well. I like knowing that I have, that network of artists that I've worked with that are global. I'm sure you feel the same.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally. And this is kind of like a random last minute question, but like, what's a singing issue that you find is very common, and maybe you have like a quick tip to fix that singing issue? Maybe if you could just give us like one example of something that you find is always happening in the studio. I know this is like so like back to like earlier in the episode, but
no, that's fine. I guess honestly, people being ahead of the beat, or I guess ahead of the click. Especially in pop, it's not if you nudge things into place in post, it doesn't always work. You have to get the swing, you have to get that performance quite naturally. And I usually in those scenarios try to take out reverb, maybe not completely, but I don't ever want to drown an artist in reverb when they're singing. If they are struggling with pitch, I will kind of take the reverb down subtly from my side. Usually I won't say anything though, but you become so much more self-aware when you're not in this big space and you can hear yourself and all your reverb and all of your effects. Mm-hmm. If you give the person a dry vocal, usually they'll become very, very tuned into it. So that's kind of one of my little tricks to help that. I also, sometimes it works to just take the volume of the track that they're singing to all the way down, or just mute it and have them sing to a click. Sometimes that helps.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like completely just them in the click. And then I coach them like, okay, it comes in, da-na-na-na-na-na,
Yeah.
And then we rehearse it. I rehearse it with them like this. And then we go for a take, and usually like when they do get it, I just hit record immediately.
Yeah, it's interesting. I actually do sometimes do that if like an artist is having a hard time getting something in the right pocket, or they can't quite hit the phrase in the context of the song. Then they just record it to the click, and then you drag it into the right spot. It's like, okay, we're good now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a little bit ridiculous, but whatever it takes sometimes,
Exactly. You have to kind of come up with the creative ways to get what you want.
Yes, totally. Well, Ramera, this has been super fun. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your story and all that good stuff on the podcast. And
thank you so much. It's honestly been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Likewise. All right. Have a great one.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Secret Sonics. I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did. If you've been digging the show, it would be awesome if you could share this episode or your favorite episode with a friend or two, and or leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your podcatcher of choice. That's it for now. Have a great week. Take care and dig in. See you soon. Bye-bye.